For over 2 decades, LeBron James has been the most polarizing player in basketball history. Some worship the king, while others despise everything about him. Throughout his legendary career, multiple NBA players have tried to test LeBron with trash talk, physical play, and pure hatred. But what happened next will blow your mind.
The Washington Wizards saga. The beef started early. Between 2006 and 2008, the Washington Wizards thought they could take down a young LeBron James. They were wrong. Dead wrong. It all began in 2006 when LeBron tapped Gilbert Arenas on the shoulder before crucial free throws in the deciding moments of Game 6. Arenas missed, and then Damon Jones, who Jill had been trash-talking the entire series, hit the clutch bucket for the win. Arenas later admitted the psychological warfare worked perfectly. He couldn't believe LeBron even passed the ball to Damon Jones, and that fact hurt the most. But the real fireworks came in 2008 when DeShawn Stevenson had the audacity to call LeBron overrated. Stevenson actually said that going to sleep knowing he had to face Kobe was scarier than facing LeBron. He compared the two and said there's a difference between the Kobes and the LeBrons. LeBron's response was legendary. He said responding to Stevenson would be like Jay-Z responding to Soulja Boy. The beef went absolutely viral. When the teams met in the playoffs, Soulja Boy showed up to Game 3 in Washington wearing a DeShawn Stevenson jersey, adding fuel to an already raging fire. If you're enjoying this breakdown of LeBron's biggest beefs, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another breakdown like this. The Cavaliers destroyed Washington in 6 games. LeBron averaged 30, 10, and 8 while completely shutting down Stevenson, who managed just 12 points per game on a pathetic 37% shooting. To add insult to injury, Jay-Z appeared at a club in Washington and referenced the beef in a diss song. LeBron didn't even have to respond. The king had spoken through his play. Joakim Noah's obsession. During LeBron's first Cleveland stint and early Miami years, nobody hated the king more than Joakim Noah. The energetic Bulls center was known for his intensity and trash talk, and he wasted no time starting beef with LeBron. Noah felt LeBron was arrogant, dancing on the court when his team was down 20 points, shooting free throws with his left hand just to show off. But Noah took it to another level when he disrespected the entire city of Cleveland, saying every time he looked out his hotel window it was depressing. He claimed he'd never heard anybody say they were going to Cleveland on vacation.
When LeBron went to Miami, the beef continued. Noah called the Heat Hollywood as hell, but admitted they were still very good. Here's the problem though. Apart from a few regular season wins, Noah had absolutely nothing to show for all that trash talk. He played 4 playoff series against LeBron and lost every single one, winning just 5 games total across all 4 series. LeBron averaged 27, 9, and 7 in those matchups. Noah later admitted the truth. It had nothing to do with Cleveland. It had everything to do with LeBron James. Every year they were losing, and they had to get through him to reach glory. They never did. The Indiana Pacers War. Around the same time, another Eastern Conference team emerged as LeBron's biggest rival, the Indiana Pacers. Led by Paul George, David West, and Roy Hibbert, the Pacers were a scrappy defensive team that gave Miami more problems than anyone else in the East. Between 2012 and 2014, Indiana and Miami met 3 consecutive times in the postseason, and each series was a nail-biter. Lance Stevenson became the face of the rivalry. In 2012, as a rookie barely getting minutes, he made a choking gesture from the bench after LeBron missed a free throw. When asked about it, LeBron refused to even give him the time of day. Make sure you're subscribed because we're about to get to the most bizarre moment in NBA playoff history. By 2014, Lance had a bigger role and was confident the Pacers could finally beat Miami. In Game 5, he played incredible defense, stealing the ball from LeBron, tripping him up, and getting him in foul trouble. LeBron had a career-low 7 points on 2 for 10 shooting. But nobody remembers Lance's defensive plays or his 12 points that night. Instead, everyone remembers what happened during a timeout. Lance Stevenson walked up behind LeBron James and blew in his ear. That's right, he literally blew in LeBron's ear like some kind of psychopath. The basketball world couldn't believe it. LeBron just smiled and shook his head. Indiana won that game and extended the series, but LeBron was furious. In Game 6, he came out like a man possessed. Miami blew out the Pacers, leading by 33 points after 3 quarters, and beat Indiana for the 3rd consecutive year. Message sent, message received. Jason Terry's big mistake. Unlike the others, Jason Terry actually had some bragging rights over LeBron. In 2011, Terry was the second-best player for the Dallas Mavericks when they won their first NBA title, averaging 18 points per game in the finals. During the offseason, he appeared in a music video singing about how he felt like LeBron after losing. When Terry signed with the Celtics in 2013, he immediately started talking trash. He said he'd love to see Miami in the playoffs so they could roll through the defending champions. Terry boasted that LeBron picked his poison by guarding him in the 2011 finals and couldn't get the job done. The Celtics never made it to face Miami in the playoffs because they lost in the first round. But Terry still had to play LeBron during the regular season, and what happened next was pure karma. Terry turned the ball over, resulting in a Miami fast break. Norris Cole found LeBron cutting to the basket, with Terry as the lone defender. LeBron absolutely posterized him with one of the nastiest dunks in NBA history. When asked about it afterward, LeBron said it was one of his better dunks, and the fact that it happened to Jason Terry made it even sweeter because everyone knew how much JT talks.
Draymond Green's evolution. This next rivalry didn't just involve trash talk on the court. It became a personal war that changed NBA history. Draymond Green became the Warriors' heart and soul, and after they beat LeBron in the 2015 finals, Draymond made it clear he hated LeBron. He used every opportunity to remind everyone that the Warriors won and the Cavaliers didn't. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more iconic NBA rivalries broken down like this. In the 2016 finals, things escalated dramatically. In Game 4, LeBron stepped over Draymond after a play, and Green hit him in the groin area. LeBron chirped back, and Draymond called him explicit names that crossed the line. Green retroactively received his 4th flagrant foul of the postseason, triggering an automatic suspension for Game 5. That suspension changed everything. Even though Golden State had a 3-1 lead in the finals, they ultimately lost the series, largely because of Green's suspension and because he'd pissed off LeBron, who played like a madman for the rest of the finals. After Cleveland won their first championship, LeBron trolled Green and the Warriors with an Ultimate Warrior t-shirt. But here's the twist. Through mutual connections with agent Rich Paul and business partner Maverick Carter, Draymond and LeBron eventually became good friends. Their beef completely evaporated. Draymond realized that LeBron was really just like him, and they built a genuine relationship. The rookie's mistake. Stanley Johnson had a solid college career at Arizona and got drafted 8th overall by the Pistons in 2015. As a rookie facing LeBron in the 2016 playoffs, he made a critical error. He ran his mouth. Johnson claimed he was definitely in LeBron's head after a Game 2 loss. He said LeBron laces his shoes up the same way he does, and that anybody can get busted any night. Then Johnson doubled down and trash-talked the entire Cavs roster, saying their bench players were like cheerleaders who might as well just be in the stands. That's a pretty bold statement from someone who'd scored less than 600 total points in the NBA at the time. LeBron made him eat those words immediately. Cleveland swept the Pistons, and LeBron went 13 for 15 from the field when Johnson was his primary defender in the series.
Stanley learned his lesson. When he became LeBron's teammate on the Lakers in 2022, the beef ended peacefully. Enes Kanter's endless hatred. This beef doesn't have a happy ending. Enes Kanter Freedom began his feud with LeBron in 2017 after James commented that the Knicks should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. instead of Frank Ntilikina. Kanter responded on Twitter, and when the Cavs played the Knicks, they got into an on-court scuffle. The game ended as an embarrassment for Kanter and the Knicks, as the Cavs won in a blowout. But Kanter remembered an incident from 2016 when LeBron was so bored during a blowout against Oklahoma City that he started playing the water bottle flip game at the end of the bench. Kanter didn't like it one bit, saying LeBron wouldn't be playing that game at his house again. LeBron responded by calling Kanter's comments corny and posting on Instagram with the caption, "You're welcome, King of NY," calling Madison Square Garden his favorite playground. When they met again, LeBron wore sneakers that read, "I'm King." Kanter continued criticizing LeBron for years, calling him a dictator of the NBA who controls the media and his narrative. Even though Kanter hasn't played in the NBA since 2022, he showed in 2024 that he still hates LeBron. But most fans remember Kanter getting humiliated by James flipping the bottle, while the Knicks weren't even good enough to keep the game competitive. Dillon Brooks gets destroyed. The latest beef happened with one of the biggest NBA instigators in recent memory, Dillon Brooks. Back in 2021, LeBron made several clutch shots over Brooks and gave him the "too small" gesture. The Canadian swingman never forgot it. 2 years later, when the 7th-seeded Lakers faced the Grizzlies in the playoffs, Brooks was brimming with confidence. He said he didn't mind playing LeBron in a 7-game series and knocking him out right away. After Game 2, Brooks doubled down, saying LeBron was old and he didn't respect anyone until they gave him 40 points. Before you see what happened next, make sure you're subscribed because we drop videos like this every week, breaking down the best NBA moments. Brooks said LeBron wasn't at the same level when he was winning championships in Cleveland and Miami, and he wished he could have faced that version. As usual, James didn't comment. He just made a fool out of Brooks on the floor. Brooks got ejected after a flagrant 2 on LeBron and declined to speak to the media afterward. In Game 4, LeBron made several clutch baskets over Brooks again, proving he's the last player you should trash talk to. Brooks again refused to talk to the press, but the biggest slap in Brooks's face came in Game 6 when the Lakers won by 40 points, sending Brooks and the Grizzlies home. After Brooks finally got the 40-piece he was wishing for, LeBron added insult to injury with a hilarious Instagram post. The King had the last laugh once again. Conclusion. Over 23 years, countless players have tested LeBron James with trash talk, physical play, and pure hatred. Some had temporary success. Most failed miserably. But one thing remains constant. If you come at the King, you better not miss. LeBron has made a career of making his haters eat their words, one dominant performance at a time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into LeBron's biggest rivalries, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss our breakdowns of the NBA's most iconic moments. Drop a comment below telling us which rivalry was your favorite.